Yesterday we talked about the circle of trust and how you should tell people not just the bad news, but some good news too. I checked this, I looked at this, here's what your air conditioner looked like before I cleaned it and after I cleaned it. There's a couple of things that we need to address, and I'm gonna go out to my van, I'm gonna put together some solutions to your problem, right? And when we came back in, when we come back in, it's as simple as this, Eddie.
Yep, give it to
what
me.
we see too often is technicians that only give a customer one
option.
price.
Oh, that's it. That's no choice.
It's $420. Do you want to go ahead and do it? Yes or no?
Yeah, see,
And that's really painful for that customer. So what we're suggesting is having several different solutions to that problem.
okay.
And then when you deliver that you can say something like this.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Hey, let me change hats. I'm gonna put on my Howler hat today, and I'm gonna play like I'm Matt Weitzel from Howler. Hey, I'm Matt, and I got some good solutions for you today. And before we go over these options, I want to remind you that we've been in business for 40 years.
Right on.
We have 5 locations to serve you. I've been at Howler for a long time, and so I appreciate you calling us. You could have called anybody. Now, I got 3 options for you.
Okay.
And I can do as much or as little of these as you want today.
Okay.
Just let me know which one's best for you.
I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure. Jerry, what would you do?
Well, Eddie, they're all good options. Like, which one are you leaning toward?
I'm probably leaning to. I'll be honest. That bottom one, it's a lot more money than I was expecting to spend. Can we do the middle one?
Sure. You want me to go ahead and get started on that one?
Can you do that today?
Fantastic.
Awesome. So why don't you quickly recap?
I'm Matt Weitzel, and I got good options. I got good options for you. You can do as much or as little as you want. And I want to remind you I can get started on them today.
Okay. So you're going to give me the options. You've got 3 here. As the customer, you're going to let me take some time. You're not going to say anything, which is the most important thing, right? You're not doing it now. Okay. Jerry, I don't want to spend this much money. That's a lot of money. And I don't want to see you back here next week. So can we just do the middle one? Is that a good option, Jerry?
That's a good option. They're all good options. You want me to go ahead and get started on the middle one?
If you could do that, that would be great.
Okay.
Cool. So as we unpack that here, we'll try and unpack all the relevant points. Here's the big takeaway. You know, silence is your friend. Technicians love to help people, and we love to learn and give information. And so when we get with a customer and we give them something and they don't immediately jump in and be like, oh my goodness, this is awesome, can I please have all 3? We think that's because they don't know enough. Well, really, we've spent the last 5, 10, 15 years in the trades getting to know all this stuff. We know all this stuff, and we just gave someone it, and they have to take that time to process. Even the quick thinkers, even if they understand the technical, they're thinking, well, if I spend this money here, am I going to spend it here? They might be thinking, oh my goodness, what's my significant other going to say? Where am I going to come up with the money? How does this affect our trip to Disney World? There's lots of things going through there, and that's assuming they're actually thinking about what you gave them, right? So customers have a lot going on. It's not bad, but it's our job to give the customers time to think. Don't attempt to rescue them, because that's not necessarily helpful. The general rule is, if they've got a question, what did they do, Jerry?
Well, they're going to ask you the question.
That's it.
And then we're going to ping that back to them. Just think about this. Like we talked about Marlin's Law, telling the truth. And then we talked about sharing information, or we talked about discovering facts. And then we talked about sharing information. And once you share that information, let them process that.
The number
Silence
one,
is golden.
Silence is your friend, and it gets stepped on all the time by technicians trying to be helpful. Simple tip. Yesterday you gave some great task for the day. What's today's task of the day?
Today's task is let the customer choose, and don't tell them which option they should choose. Let them choose. It's their choice. Like when you give them their option and you start talking, you don't talk them into it, you talk them out of it.
Oh, that's gold, Jerry. That's gold. All right, so the task of the day is to share solutions, regardless of what you feel. Just share the solutions, be quiet, let the customers choose. If they've got questions, answer it. Do it on every single call. And as always, Jerry and I will be in the Facebook groups.